Hi folks, so last time I talked about meditation. Uh, there are a variety of different ways of finding some stillness in you and actually nourishing, refreshing, resetting. It's just that I have been meditating for 30 odd years, twice a day, probably 90% of the time. Half an hour, but sometimes I do 15 minutes. The important thing is the regularity of it rather than the length. Obviously the depth is important, but it's important to build it into your life, and little and often is a very good rule. Anyway, there's a variety of ways of achieving stillness, and the reason I think it's so important, I'm going to come on today to talk a little bit about Polish, language learning, to update you on where I am since the last vlog I did on my struggles with Polish. But I just wanted to set the scene in terms of it's very difficult to sort of approach anything in life properly unless you reflect. When I look back across my life, I can see that a lot of times I've taken action. Because we all like to get on with things, we like to be busy, we don't want to get into a mind funk, but reflection is a million miles from procrastination or mind funk. It's a focused activity in which, as a result of stilling our mind, we're able to hear the really, visceral, it is almost a physical sound or voice that is encouraging us to go in a particular direction. I mean, what could be more important in life than to know what direction to go in? I mean, how often do we find ourselves at a crossroads and we're like, I don't know, but I don't want to sit here staring at the sign, so let's just go that way. And that's better than being marooned at the crossroads your entire life, staring at the sign, isn't it? But even better is to have got out a map. So I wanted to just talk about Polish. So I haven't done any proper Polish practice since I did the last vlog, which must be a month or even 2 months ago. I have done some practice. My routine, because nothing is achieved in life without routine and discipline, doesn't need to be painfully hard work, and I hope, certainly for my money, I want to cultivate and nourish enthusiasm and joy and love of the various skills that we're pursuing in our lives. But so I have been touching base with it. I do 15 minutes in the mornings before I start work, and I do a more proper session on Sunday morning. So I've just done a proper session this Sunday morning. But as I say, the last few months I have just been listening. There's a great resource called Real Polish, and he tells stories, and it's the best that I've found out there, but still it doesn't quite cut the mustard. I was on a golf driving range yesterday, and I realized that the big problem is not being able to communicate properly and fully with the society in which I'm in, and it troubles me. There's a Ukrainian guy at the golf club who doesn't speak any English or much, and he comes and sits and kind of watches me sometimes, and he's clearly interested in golf, and that's cool, but I'm struggling to have a conversation with him. And yesterday I was practicing my swing, and I eventually, but it's quite painful, communicated to him why the day before, because he'd actually been there the day before as well, watching me, what today was different, and you know, I was giving him a little education by means of explaining to him what I had found, you know, how I had changed my swing. And I just simply wanted to say to him, the day before yesterday, I noticed myself, and I do a lot of miming in Poland. I noticed that I was lifting my hands like that, and coming down like that, and then hitting the ball. And he was staring at me, and what's he talking about? And I said, so I was doing that, and 3 out of the 10 shots were going left. They were spinning left, badly sliced. And I stopped and I reflected, and I sort of was struggling for the words in Polish. And I realised, aha, we forget the simple things all the time. When you in the backswing, for me, for a left-hander, that left shoulder starts the shot, and I have to rotate the body like that. So I was doing this, just pulling the hands back. I wasn't doing that. And actually the shoulder is like, it's strange, isn't it? Because you think you'd lead with the hands, but actually you lead with the shoulder. And I noticed, and today I've hit 12 balls, and 9 of them have been very sweet and have been true and straight. Just a small correction, I said. Interesting, isn't it? So what I've discovered with learning a language is that the big problem is confidence and enthusiasm, and this goes across everything that I'm saying on this channel. Really, we're trying to cultivate a love and an interest and an enthusiasm, which is strange, isn't it? Because I think it's a Greek word, and it has the word theo in it, which means God. It's sort of bringing the godlike, bringing the gods into your skills, because it has got this kind of, as far as the Greeks were concerned, you know, the gods were these magical beings and with magical powers, and there is something incredible power that you get when you do connect, when you do cultivate enthusiasm. And the big problem with Polish is it's been like not even being on the golf driving range. You know, being on the golf driving range isn't like playing golf. Well, it's actually very close. It's more like the way I've been learning Polish for the last 5-6 years, and the way traditionally we all learn language at school and everything, is it's more like being in the classroom with a blackboard and the golf teacher saying, you know, doing a drawing of the body and the shoulders turning, and then you're asked to do a test, and you duplicate the drawing and you explain how the golf swing works. You hand it in at the end of the year, and you get top marks, and you graduate without ever actually having learnt how to bloody well swing a club. And I mean, I'm like, hang on, this can't be right. Everything I've been conditioned and told and taught is often as not, the conventional wisdom is often as not dumpster wisdom. Now, obviously one tailors knowledge to one situation. You've got to make it practical, you've got to make it relevant for yourself. So there may be people who, in Poland, there are people Bangladeshis who come over and want to get a visa, and they want to pass the test. They don't really care about speaking Polish and being able to talk to the Ukrainian golf assistants at a driving range, yeah? But for me, and I think for a lot of people, frankly, we want to be able to hear it and we want to be able to talk it, a foreign language. And all those lessons that I've had, those sort of clinical and slightly antiseptic stage situations in the classroom, just aren't helping, because I'm not hearing and I'm not speaking with confidence and enthusiasm. And so, you shrivel up inside and you give up. Today, I tried ChatGPT. As I said, that was meant to be the experiment 2 to 3 months ago, but I haven't done it. I've kind of ducked the issue because it's a bit of a hard work getting on the headphones, having to speak at 8 o'clock in the morning. But I had some more time, this morning, and I started at 10. Oh my God, it was like, I had this conversation with ChatGPT being like the golf assistant, and it was like, wczoraj byłem w pole golfowe I rozmawiałem z dziewczyną, z chłopakiem o mój swing golfowe. Yesterday I was at the golf club talking with a lad there about my golf swing, my swing golfowe, and musisz ubrudzić ramieniem I jeśli nie, jest bardzo trudno I think it's zatrzymać to coming round on the left. Chodziło, or coming outside the ball. Chodziło w zewnątrz pukę albo puki. Doesn't really matter about the grammar and the endings. The main thing is, as a result of having that conversation, I was like, that's the sort of thing I want to learn. I want to learn how to say when you turn your shoulders and hit the ball, kiedy trafisz piłkę. Trafić means to strike, yeah? That's a word that's commonly used, and yet can't remember ever sitting in front of an exercise book and actually, using it. And certainly the order of words, the phrases. Na przykład, for example, I noticed that the ball was going left. I mean, you'd want to know how to say something like that, even if you're not a golfer. You could be a tennis player. I zauważyłem, I noticed, that pułki leciła, pułka leciła, feminine, the golf ball, leciła, lecieć, was flying w lewo, on the left. And until the sort of ChatGPT experience, I just haven't, when I was talking to this chap, it was really painful. I mean, I had to do a lot of miming. And yet after I'd done this hour's session with ChatGPT, I went to Żabka to get some cigarettes, and I just suddenly felt in the zone. I understood what they were saying. It wasn't just me being able to say it, I understood what they were saying. And when I returned and ordered a coffee, I felt in the zone. I felt that little pilot light of enthusiasm was turned on, and there's a possibility, a real potential of kind of growth in this area of my life, which has been the cause of such irritation, to put it mildly. So I need to apply myself, but only a little bit, not overdo it, because I just don't have the time. This is the problem. I don't speak Polish during my working day, and I don't have time to do intensive courses. So I just need to, and this is a great experiment, watch this space. and I need to be economical. I've got a lot of other things I'm doing in my life. So just a little bit each morning, 15 minutes, a session on Sunday morning, an hour. Let's see, and the focus is, and this is the other important thing, I kind of listened to this Mr. Real Polish because I was, wasn't quite sold on the ChatGPT idea. But now what I did this morning is I actually took situations that I've had during the past week where it's been problematic in real life, talking to people. So let's just see whether, let's say over 6 months, or perhaps it'll take 18 months, whether that gives me confidence, and out of the confidence is sort of a joy, and actually kind of starting to enjoy communicating in a foreign language in baby steps, small, taking these small steps and not looking for big victories.